everyone, this is Star with Ariana Star. This is a weekly messages for all sun signs from 8 to 14th May 2023. This is a viewer request. A viewer has specifically asked for messages with respect to work, education. So I'll try to cover all these topics. I will dive into tarot and I'll also use Divine Messages Oracle for a general message from the universe or from your spirit guides. So take whatever resonates with your story and leave the rest. Let's just get down to your reading. You also have the timestamp given the description box, so in case you want to proceed directly to your reading, you can also do just that. For Aries, this week is going to be one where you are going to have a dilemma at hand with this card, Two of Swords. Possibly, there could be tension-filled moments as you're unable to decide. This lady seems to be at the crossroads, also two swords, and she's also guarding her chest. Maybe she is thinking about the past because her head is also tilted. But a decision needs to be made and there needs to be clarity with respect to the same. I think she also needs to negotiate with others. She could be dealing with family elders or people who are wiser than her. The key is to negotiate, to find solutions to problems. I think mentally you will be very alive this week. Financial issues will also keep you busy. I think despite those tension-filled moments, you will definitely be relieved. But do keep in mind, Aries, that you also need to guard against negative energy with this card, Psychic Attack. Maybe the energies around you are heavy, so aura cleansing will be beneficial. Space clearing will also benefit. So Aries, maybe you can also burn sage or camphor and de-stress. Let's move from Aries to Taurus. For Taurus, I have this card, Tau. I think this Mars energy is going to make you very active this week between 8 to 14th May, that is. Maybe you're also going to be on your feet, but then the Tower is also a card which talks about unexpected eventualities. Maybe there are going to be sudden developments. I think you should also lower your expectations a bit. Perhaps, some Taurans, you also want to communicate with someone. But like I said, you also need to lower your expectations. Maybe this person is not communicative with you. I also have this card, Tussle, which talks about a dilemma at hand. Mentally, you need to be very proactive. You should also embolden yourself. Primarily, I think Taurans, you also need to avoid overreacting to situations. Be realistic about your hopes at this time. Let's move from Taurus to Gemini. For Gemini, I have this card, Six of Swords. This is a boat which is sailing from turbulent to calmer waters. So definitely this week you're going to be on your toes. You're also going to be someone who is moving from a very trying phase to a period where a sense of calm will prevail. Maybe you're also making travel plans. I think last minute changes are going to be there for many Geminis. Maybe official paperwork or documents will also keep you busy. I think you have to take the onus. You have to capitalize on the last minute changes because things will fall in place. I also have this card, Lone Warrior. Maybe you believe that it's an artist's journey, you're all by yourself, or that you have to venture out and do the thing all by yourself. So you do believe in traversing through those difficult terrain and achieving your end. So like I said, I think Geminis, you need to be mindful of your reactions as well. Maybe there is also going to be a time when you're going to enjoy food treats, but be careful of issues related to the stomach at this time. Let's move from Gemini to Cancer. For Cancer, I have this card, Four of Cups, which is talking about some kind of emotional discontentment. Maybe you're also dealing with people who are two-faced, who are not upfront. So it is also prudent, not to be too emotional, to step back, to retreat from certain situations. I think this lady, she is very guarded, so you also need to rethink your plans. Be ready for a change in your schedule. Primarily, I think Cancerians, you need to be very resolved and focused. Deals, could be finalized very quickly, while some could fizzle out. Maybe you feel that people don't keep their word, but then things will fall in place because you also have this card, it's all aligned. The ballet dancers do take time to practice to perfect their art. Synchronicity happens over time when your soul is in alignment with the universe, and this card is telling you to stay put, to realize your goals, as everything will fall in place eventually. Let's move from Cancer to Leo. For Leo, I have this card, Ten of Swords. This is a card which is talking about things falling apart or things not going as per plan. There are going to be heavy burdens on your shoulders or even on your back, because you see this lady, her back is completely bent. She is facing the ground instead of facing us. But you must realize that nothing comes from nothing. With this card, it takes time, hard work will bear fruit someday. Try to stay motivated. Leos, try not to crumble under pressure. Maybe work-related situations are not to your liking. That is why you feel demoralized. But like I said, these days will also pass. There's always going to be light at the end of the tunnel. I do believe, Leos, that the opposite sex or your friends and acquaintances are going to be supportive of you. But your family could question your decisions. Maybe some of you are also facing a financial crunch of sorts, and that is also something that you need to keep in mind this week. Sometimes, we feel as though we are going round in circles or that there is no end in sight, like I said, but the need of the hour is to put our chin up and to face these situations, because nothing lasts forever. The sun will again rise tomorrow, because tomorrow is another day. I think aura cleansing will also benefit you. Maybe you're also dealing with people who are very devious. So keep that in mind, Leos. For Virgo, I have this card, Queen of Cups. I also have this card, Apprentice. I think you need to stay focused at work. You are going to be very creative and imaginative. You are going to be busy with your hands. Maybe you're also dealing with a person who is a hard taskmaster. That is why you have to learn the tricks of the trade under his or her supervision. I think you also need to keep in mind that you could be dealing with a female figure. Maybe you should also avoid overreacting to situations at work. There could be someone who is going to try to undermine your authority. So ego is something that you need to keep in mind. This week, Virgos, I think ego can affect our relationships, and it can also mean that you feel as though everyone else is not siding with you. But in the long run, you will definitely be proved right. Basically, criticism can unnerve you, Virgos, but then criticism also gives us a time to do some soul searching. It also gives us food for thought. Let's move from Virgo to Libra. For Libra, I have this card, Nine of Swords, and interestingly, I also have this card, Disquiet, Unease. I think this lady, she seems to be very defensive. She's also got her face towards the ground. She's not facing us. So there are swords in the background hanging overhead. That is why she feels as though everything is caving in. Maybe your responsibilities are going to increase. In this week, 8th to 14th May, maybe you also need to safeguard your health. I think your stress levels could be very high. Focus on your health. Maybe you should also find time to sleep. Even if there's going to be stress, I think your energy levels will allow you to complete a lot of tasks. You're also going to be dealing with people who are very devious, who are acting behind your back. Maybe because of the responsibilities, you're going to get exasperated very quickly. Despite it all, I think you're going to emerge stronger, as things will fall in place. You will shoulder responsibility. For some Librans, I also believe a question of ethics could also arise. this week, so look closely while signing deals. Some gains are also on the cards. Maybe you should also listen to the signs that your body is giving you at this time. I have the card the Hangman. I also have the card messages from the unseen world, from the Divine Messages Oracle. This is a very comforting message because despite the adverse situation or conditions that you find yourself in, your spirit guides, your angels are there with you. They are definitely communicating with you, whether it is in the form of a feather or in the form of angel numbers or even music. I think you have to find time, as tasks could come up at short notice. Maybe you also need to seek assistance. You see this person, he is hanging by the throat. Likewise, I think the pressure could get to you, and this could also affect your health. Maybe someone is also trying to torment you. I think Scorpions, you will also do well if you will lower your expectations a bit. Like I said, you also need to de-stress. You also need to safeguard your health this week. Let's move from Scorpio to Sagittarius. For Sagittarius, I have the card Death, and I also have this card One for Sorrow. I think you also need to be prepared for urgent situations. Maybe there's an urgency in your step. Sometimes it would also be prudent to lower your expectations. There could also be some kind of setback with this card One for Sorrow, some sad news or something which is going to leave you stressed out. Acceptance and adaptability is the key, so you have to have a flexible mindset. You're also going to be someone who needs to be very proactive and alert, because if you're going to think on your feet, then you will work very quickly. Perhaps there could be technical errors, so be careful, review the task, as this is also going to help you. For some reason I'm picking up the color black, so maybe, like I said, some of you could be feeling a sense of loss here. So try not to sink into depression or into a depressive state of mind. Let's move from lower your expectations and settle for something less. Something is always better than nothing. Let's move from Sagittarius to Capricorn. For Capricorn, I have the card King of Cups, and I also have this card Some doors are best left closed. I think the universe is asking you to seek advice from a healer, from a medical professional, or even from a lawyer. Maybe your family is not supportive, but then outsiders are paperwork, legal work, or technical work is going to keep you busy. You also need to follow your instinct. Maybe some people are manipulative, that is why you need to be clever. Also keep in mind with this card that there are going to be certain issues. Maybe things don't go as per plan, so it is better to close those doors, because the universe always has our best interests at heart. Maybe there are skeletons in the cupboard, and opening those doors could mean a can of worms. That is why I think it is imperative for you Capricorns to understand that if things didn't work as per plan, keep in mind that the hand of God is at work here. Let's move from Capricorn to Aquarius. For Aquarius, I have this card Star, and I also have this card Protective Shield. This is interesting because Star is your sign. You're dealing with past life issues. You're going to make some minor gains. Again, you could also be thinking about the past. With this card, this is certainly a time to learn. Also, like I said, you cannot fight destiny. Maybe there'll be spur of the moment decisions and a twist in your routine. Maybe you also need to find a way out, because someone could deliberately hinder your plans. With this card Protective Shield, I think you need to form a bubble with white light, protect your energy levels, safeguard yourself from negative energy, negative attack. It would also be advisable to settle for less or to lower your expectations. Something is always better than nothing at all. The last card in this reading is for Pisces, which is the Knight of Wands. I think you're going to be very adventurous. You're going to be on the move this week. You're also going to be very creative and imaginative. I think with your high energy levels, you can accomplish a lot. You're also going to make gains with this card, treasure trove. Maybe you also need to hoard for a rainy day, or you should also collect things which you value. So like I said, movement is going to be on the cards for many Pisces this week. Your go-getter attitude will ensure rewards. Communication is also going to increase within this week. You have to prioritize. Maybe you also need to clarify with respect to financial matters. I hope everyone you liked your reading. This is Tarot with Ariana Stark. Do give us your feedback in the comment section. In case you want to go for a personalized reading, feel free to reach us at the email address given below. This is Ariana Stark signing off. Take care. Bye. Till the next time.